They had wonderful nature reserves along the Sinai coastline there. A place called Nueva where skin divers and underwater fishermen was a paradise for people who love that sort of thing. Some of us used to say that if Begin ever wore swim trunks, which was incomprehensible, he would never have given up Sinai. I mean, the point is that you don't give the whole area of Sinai back to a country that doesn't even value it, only for pride. If you want to make an accommodation, you say, you take half, we'll take half. And instead, Begin gave it all back. That was very fine and noble, but what's been the result? Every other place now wants the same deal you made with the Egyptians. Once you start giving everything back, you've got to give everything back to Syria, you've got to give everything back to the Palestinians. You have to keep giving everything back till you disappear. No one's going to accept anything less because the Middle East is based upon pride. They're not going to accept anything less than what you gave the Egyptians. It's not being stubborn. It was, besides that, and the other reason I think it was a terrible mistake, not that some benefit didn't accrue, they kept Gaza and gave up Sinai. I mean, that's insane. I mean, you'd have to be a madman to do such a thing. What you should do is give the Egyptians back Gaza and keep part of Sinai. It says that they had 2 huge modern air bases in Sinai, early warning areas. You're talking about the nuclear age. You need early warning areas for the nuclear strikes and coming missile attacks. What the requirement for the modern age is decentralization, not centralization. You can't just all retreat to Tel Aviv area and expect you're going to survive. What's going to happen? Well, they're going to nuke Tel Aviv and everyone is gone. You have to actually decentralize. Sinai gave you the open territory. It was uninhabited. Instead, they kept the West Bank, a hotbed of problems, full of people, and Gaza, and gave up the empty areas. I mean, only a lunatic would make such under political pressure from Carter, because Carter wanted to get the Nobel Peace Prize just like Clinton did, and so on. So I'm talking about these calculations. You say, what could be done? You can be sometimes a little more stubborn. You can be stubborn if you're interested in survival. And I think the Israelis have put their survival in grave jeopardy, frankly. I don't know what the answer is going to be, but we're facing a nuclear age. And I realized that in '73 when I first came out here to California, that Israel was atom bomb target #1. And I think it is. And you can't, just back up into a population concentration in a situation like that. Sooner or later, someone is going to do something in that regard. And I think it's the Persians, Iranians are saying it's going to be sooner as far as they're concerned. So anyway, that's my summation. I may be wrong. That's all I can say to you. I have no answers, I have no solution. You've got the whole modern history of the Jews to think about. The exam. We'll have some short IDs like we had on the midterm. We'll have, hopefully I can think of 2 out of 3 essays. I'm not sure I'll be able to think of 2 out of 3 essays, but obviously we will maybe work on the predecessor people, the people like Pinsker and Hess, and then maybe the political people, the people like Herzl and Nordau and Brandeis, people like that, and then the cultural people, the people like Weitzman and Ahad Ben Yehuda I would put in the forerunner category with people like Hess and Pinsker and Alcalay and the other one we did, I forget what the name of the person was. But you have all those people you can look at, and I'm going to try to divide. I'll have some IDs from there, and you'll do 2 out of 3 essays, and I'll try to divide up all those subjects into 3 different parts, and you'll choose 2. And for historical material, you can bring in as much historical material or as little as you want. The Peel Commission. We talked a bit about the modern political situation. We talked a little bit about people like Wingate, T.E. Lawrence, Iraq, Hashemites, things like that. If you you want to bring those things into your essays, you can. You can bring little note cards. You can bring your Zionist idea book. That's it. Any questions? Well, thanks for being patient with my very one-sided presentation. I apologize to you. We have an evaluation to do. You can't run away. I'm sorry, but my friend here is going to do this and fill out the pencils. What's the number here? 6179. You guys put 6179 here, and I'll get out of here in a minute. I just want to get my thing out. I'll wait till they finish. Sorry for this pain of that you have to do this kind of thing, but